Hey everybody, it's Nicholas Moy here, and in this video I have something that I want to share with you that I think is pretty interesting and timely with everything that's going on in the world of tech today. Alright, so if you haven't been following me before, my name is Nicholas Moy. I am an IT professional, been doing IT and cybersecurity for almost 20 years now. I started out as a kid, and I've started this channel to really help people like you who are interested in IT, cybersecurity, and anything technology related and helping you advance in your career. And if you want to start a business, this is a great time to kind of plug in. And I'll talk to you more about that in a second. Well, in this video, I want to really pivot and talk about artificial intelligence and cybersecurity and kind of how they merge together. Now, for those of you who have not been living under a rock, you've probably heard of artificial intelligence or AI. Maybe you've used some tools like ChatGPT or Claude, and you used it to write an essay or to help you out with some work that you had to get done, right? That's all good and fun, but there's so much more that you can do with AI than just download their little app, pay for the little subscription, and ask it a couple of prompts and have it do a couple of things for you, right? So with everything that is going on with artificial intelligence, you're hearing all these companies that are investing tons and tons of money, billions and billions of dollars inside of artificial intelligence, and how corporations are trying to bring that in and even lay off people to exchange it with artificial intelligence. No doubting that this is kind of the way that the new world is going. Now, this hasn't been the first time that we've seen an innovation like this with technology. Back in the dot-com boom in the late 90s, early 2000s, we saw corporations really shifting and investing a lot of money into networking because they wanted to connect all of their different offices together and be able to exchange data over the internet. During the 2010s to 2020s, we saw the cloud innovation and a massive push for software innovation, and that's where we got cloud security roles and DevSecOps and application security. It was because of that innovation in technology, and that was the way that all the IT professionals had to go in order to stay current with the times. Well, today in 2025, we're seeing a similar situation going on with artificial intelligence. Now, I want to go ahead and preface this by saying I am not one of those guys that likes to jump on the latest thing and sell it and scream it from the top of the mountain and tell you this is what we got to do. And part of the reason why I'm not one of those people is because as an IT practitioner, I have seen a lot of innovation and technology, and some caught wind and some didn't. You remember NFTs? That's a prime example. So when AI first came out, I was a little reluctant to accept this idea that artificial intelligence is here, it's going to stay, it's going to take everyone's jobs, and what are we supposed to do now, right? Now that we're actually in 2025, it's been a few years since companies have started to use AI, and the government's even looking into opportunities to use AI. Now I'm starting to see, okay, maybe there is a place for this technology. I don't think it's going to take everyone's jobs away, but I do think it's going to require a change in how we work, because I think AI is going to be a partner in our working world going forward. So I say all that to say, this video is to help you guys kind of stay up and current on some of the latest things, and I want to provide you with a resource to help you do that. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize my window here. Let's go ahead and bring me down here. All right, so this is the OWASP GenAI Security Project. Now, the reason why I'm jumping straight to this and not to something that's a little easier to digest is because I know a lot of you guys who follow me are interested in cybersecurity. I have some people that are very experienced in cyber and they're looking to kind of stay up on top of the trends. And then I have some brand new people that maybe are going to college or they're in high school and they're just trying to break into technology and they thought cybersecurity sounded cool. This video is catered to both of you, okay? Now, I say that the experienced people should be able to understand this relatively quickly. The not so experienced people may require a little bit more research and groundwork, but this is a free resource that allows you to kind of figure out the frameworks and parameters and terminology and tools that will help guide you as you do that research. I still think it's worth your time. If you're a complete greenie and you've never worked in tech before, you definitely need to do some research on this and kind of learn how this works and kind of where the security professionals in the world are seeing that we need to begin protecting and what kind of tools are available out there for us. So this is GenAI by OWASP. Now, if you don't know OWASP, this is their website. OWASP is very well known for this thing called the OWASP Top 10. The OWASP Top 10 is the top 10 vulnerabilities that are common for software platforms, software applications, and we can kind of see that right here. Here they list these are the top 10 in 2017, and then in 2021 they revised it and they gave us a new top 10, and they have a ton of other projects that are out there. They have the ASVS. For those of you who have been following me for a little bit, you probably have heard me mention ASVS, the Application Security Verification. There's the GenAI Security Project. We have the AI Exchange. They have all kinds of different types of tools and resources and research teams that are providing all of this information, and it's a nonprofit. So this is all free stuff for you and for everyone in the IT community to really consume and try to digest. Now, I'm going to go back to the GenAI project because I do think that this is completely worth your time, and I wouldn't be sharing this if I didn't think so. This is worth your time, especially if you're looking to jump into IT in 2025 and beyond, okay? Because this is where we're headed. AI, I think, is here to stay. So here is the project page. By the way, I'm going to put the link to this in the description down below, so you can just click it and it'll take you straight there, all right? Let's go ahead and jump over to the Getting Started page. Here they have, a little bit of some information as to why they're doing this and kind of where they got started, the rapid growth that they saw. And if you kind of read through this, I think you'll find everything is very, very current. I mean, they're seeing the 2024, April of 2024, so just last year, they released the OWASP CISO checklist. So they're starting with the leadership of organizations, the chief information security officer, and trying to help them because they're the ones on the front lines in organizations trying to figure out how the heck do we handle this? There's no framework for these types of technologies, and companies want to bring this in because they want to be innovative, they want to appease their shareholders, they want to make their customers happy, they want to make customer service faster, whatever the use case is, and they're embedding artificial intelligence into this, and the chief information security officers are left to think, well, what the heck? I mean, there's no rule book on this. And so OWASP came in and said, we're going to create the rule book. Here's the rule book for the leaders. So they started the CISO checklist, okay? And then a few months later in September 2024, we see the release of the first research from the Project AI Threat Intelligence team. So this is a team that is purely dedicated to researching various vulnerabilities in popular AI systems, whether it be chatbots, whether it be OpenAI's ChatGPT or Claude or workflow automations or whatever it is. They're the teams that are dedicated to figuring out what the vulnerabilities are and then coming up with some ways to fix these things. And so that's why we're seeing this. And so these are some of the key milestones. I won't go through all of them, but if you kind of read through this, you can see the evolution of how AI and the security for AI is coming into play. Now, let me blow myself back up here. You guys have to realize something here. This is an exciting time to be alive because right now you guys are in the front row seats watching as artificial intelligence is being unfolded into organizations. We're actually getting to see the use cases and how practical these things are, and we get to understand the security elements involved with it, the vulnerabilities, the remediations, all that stuff. And so this is a very, very important time for us to really understand these things, especially if you're trying to stay competitive in the job market today, or maybe you want to open up your own business or something like that. But whatever the need is, this is something that you absolutely want to be current on and really understand. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize myself back down. Let's go ahead and jump over to the resources section. So inside of this website, you're going to have all the different types of resources here. When I tried to do this earlier, it was glitching pretty hard. Looks like we're good. They're going to have, the Project Threat Defense Compass, which gives you some guidance on different defense measures against some of the threats. As you scroll down, we'll have, the AI solution, security solutions landscape for LLMs and Gen AI apps. Here is a vulnerable application. It's a vulnerable AI application similar to Juice Shop or something like that, where you can actually attack it. You can play around with it, really just to understand how AI is vulnerable and some of the things that we can do to fix it. I did play with this for a bit. It was pretty cool. So I highly recommend you do it. And they just have all these different types of resources. Now, if I kind of jump back over to OWASP, the greater organization that's kind of overseeing this project, and let's pull up the ASVS because I'm a big fan of this one. And it kind of looks like a wiki. First thing I just want to call out. It's very easy to kind of navigate when you just read through it and kind of study the page. But over here on the right-hand side, we have our PDFs. We have all these different things here. Let's go ahead and open up the PDF. And you're going to see this is a free resource that you get access to. There are, 123 pages. 123 pages in this document that's providing clear-cut guidance and direction on exactly what you need to do. I'm trying to zoom out. On exactly what you need to do. Okay, there we go. I was able to move over. On exactly what you need to do in order for you to protect software. The same thing is to be expected when it comes to OWASP's AI Security Project, okay? We're gonna find different, cheat sheets, test applications, white papers, tools. Let's go over to tools here for a second and kind of see what they have. So here we have the website's not really working right now. We're going to have the project threat defense compass. You can download this. It looks like it's a spreadsheet, and you can actually look through some of the vulnerabilities that are being identified, and there's going to be some remediations. And this is just a tool that your organization can begin to use as they're trying to adopt AI, okay? So if you are an IT professional, you're currently working, the organization is trying to adopt AI, and you're like, I don't know how to protect this thing, or I really want to bring myself up to speed on how to do this, this is a great resource to go ahead and get started so that when the tools are being built out or they're being implemented, you're ready. You understand where to go to, and you can use this as a framework, which is going to really help your organization. It's really going to help you out too and your career. Now, let me go back to the home page here. Here's the reality of the situation, okay? AI is definitely something that I think is going to be sticking around as companies are figuring out the best situations on where to implement this. Now, AI is still pretty new. I think ChatGPT 3 was actually launched just about 3 years ago. I think it was September of 2022 or something like that, where it was released out into the public where people could begin to use it and really adopt it. And then all of a sudden we saw this massive hype around AI and how it's good for this, it's good for video and content generation, and it can be used for threat analysis and cybersecurity and all these really cool things. And granted, some of those things are actually pretty valid. Now, when we talk about things like AI voice and AI video, I think there's still some work to be done, but I don't think it's going to take too long before we get to that point where we're seeing a lot of this massive adoption and all of this excitement around AI will be realized. It will be here, it'll be current, and it could actually be a threat to us. And so I kind of want to sit down and have this conversation with you and just say, listen, if you're looking to future-proof yourself, it does not hurt to begin to learn what AI is capable of. It doesn't hurt for you to learn what AI looks like, the infrastructure behind it, how this thing actually works, and how we can best use it for our advantage, okay? Now, I've seen a lot of videos, and I'm sure you have too, where there's people out there talking how AI is going to completely eradicate your job. You're no longer going to be able to live and make a good living for yourself because there's going to be all these robots doing it for you. Now, my personal thoughts and opinions on this, I do think AI will have an impact on the career. I don't know exactly how much we're going to see of that, completely eradicating our jobs. Do I think it's going to remove all IT jobs? No. Do I think it's going to replace certain IT jobs? Yeah, I could see that happening, especially if you're sitting there and you're, you're getting paid to monitor things and just make sure that everything's up and running. that could probably be automated. Like that, I don't think that that's necessarily something that you're going to always be paid for till the day you retire, if that's a really long time from now. Now, for those that are concerned about their future and their careers, I will say if you can understand AI and you have worked with it, you have built things, maybe you've secured AI environments, I think you're going to be better off because somebody down the road is probably going to have to understand how AI works so that they can continue to have AI function. At the end of the day, AI is a software with a massive collection of databases and servers running it. Somebody has to manage that at the hardware level, at the software level. And I think we're pretty far away from having robots actually do something like that. I know AI can build AI and all that stuff. And, there's always that AI, was it AIG, the later down the road or something like that, or AGI, where later down the road it'll be, more intelligent. Right now, it's not that intelligent. AI is a great processing tool. It's very good at recall and processing. But when it comes to new creativity, it still lacks. Now, do I think that we're going to come to a point where it'll be the case, where it becomes very intelligent, more intelligent than us? Super intelligence? Possibly, possibly. But I don't want to come up with speculations and say this is absolutely what it is and just sit on our hands and do nothing. I would rather work towards those goals and trying to understand how AI is going to impact us and have all of us, you guys, me, really understand it so that we can catch the wave and we can secure our family and secure our future and ultimately be able to participate in an exciting career. So if that's you, I want you to smash the like button. If you're just now subscribing or you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and subscribe because going forward, I'm going to be creating a lot more content around AI, automation, and embedding some security into that. But I really want to help you guys and myself understand how these things actually work so that we can ultimately capitalize on this and we can help others in the process, okay? Really secure our future. So hopefully you guys found that helpful. If you did, smash the like button and I'll see you guys in the next video.